What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here with another video. In today's video, I decided to talk about the Hailey Welch situation, which, if you don't know who that is, she basically went super viral for saying Hawk Tuah during a street interview, causing her to get a lot of fame, which to me, I don't really understand, but here we are. Now, of course, due to her getting all this attention, she decided to open a podcast, which is the Hawk Tuah podcast, to even boost her career even further. Then she decided to launch her own meme coin, which, to be honest, wasn't really surprising. With the launch of her meme coin, she would actually enter a bit of controversy. And as we all know, that doesn't end with a good ending. So as many of you may have assumed, she did, in fact, have a rug pull situation happen to her, and along with all the other people that invested into the Hawk coin. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to show you guys the video of her announcing her meme coin, because that really shines a light of how serious this cryptocurrency was.
Okay, y'all, drop your Solana wallets. I'm giving out some meme coins for free, coming to you December 4th.
Clearly, this coin wasn't too serious, and although it's technically on the investors' fault, I don't want to get too much into that because it strays away of what happened recently, which was the fact that she actually decided to respond to the situation after going ghost for several weeks. You see, up to this point, no one has really heard from Hailey for like about a month now, and that's just because she didn't really know how to respond to the whole backlash of her rug pulling all her fans. Regardless, there was supposed to be a response in the works, and we actually found that today. We would find this out through Twitter from someone who I dead thought would never be involved with this situation, and that is FaZe Banks. Real quick, for those who don't know who FaZe Banks is the owner of, FaZe Clan, and he is heavily invested into the crypto market and knows how it works. In fact, he even has an alternate Twitter account where he strictly talks about cryptocurrency, so his knowledge on the matter is pretty high. So FaZe Banks would actually post to his Twitter account announcing that he was supposed to be on Hailey Welch's podcast, Hawk Tuah, where they would discuss what exactly transpired throughout the crypto scam. Now, this was a pretty big deal, as FaZe Banks doesn't really hop on other podcasts or do interviews or even have discussions. So him being on this podcast was pretty huge. And he would even go on to say how he would only do this podcast episode, which would be her first episode coming back to YouTube, if she followed the following two things, which were not allowing markets to be manipulated by leaking this episode's existence before a resolution was found, and her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made, where that she go and what to do with the Hawk project moving forward. This was really respectable by Banks, because he was truly trying to help Hailey, who is pretty new to the whole internet celebrity thing and clearly doesn't know how the crypto market works. So he actually decided to talk to her and figure out a proper solution that could benefit her and the people that she scammed. Before we get into that, I just want to state how Hailey jumped the gun a bit, because her team could have easily been using her, and the fact that she just hired random people to do this whole cryptocurrency thing is just not very smart, especially since you're an internet celebrity. Anyone could easily be using you for clout or money, and the fact she just let anybody join her team is not very smart. Like, that's like me becoming the next Kai Cenat and I just take a random hobo off the street and make him my creative director. Like, that's not really the smartest thing to do. If I'm being honest with y'all, I don't really understand why she would even dip her toes into something that she has no clue what the fuck she's talking about in the first place, because that just leads into a road of disaster, which clearly happened. Anyways, it's really cool to see someone like Banks, who's fairly popular, come down and help her throughout this whole situation. Unfortunately, Hailey's team thought otherwise and decided to randomly, quote unquote, with heavy quotes, because obviously they're the ones that did it, leak the Hawk Tuah episode with Banks. This clearly opened a can of worms of a bunch of problems, because as Banks mentioned earlier, he didn't want this episode to be leaked before finding a proper solution to this issue. Because if this episode were to get released early without them having a proper resolution to everything, it would only make things worse, because everyone that got scammed and lost their money would just repeatedly ask Hailey in the comments, where's their money? So I completely understand why this is completely messed up towards Hailey. Banks would actually reveal during the same Twitter post that I mentioned earlier that the Hawk token was owned by the developers, which is pretty shady, because if they have full control over the coin, then they could easily just take the money all for themselves. In fact, I'm pretty sure when they did do that, they made around $3 million. Don't quote me on that, but that's just what I heard. Obviously, this was completely fucked up, because they're just using Hailey's name to take the people's money that invested into her coin. But at the same time, I don't want to completely not blame Hailey. Since you're the creator, all the fans look up to you and actually trust you. So with you having that much power, they're gonna trust with whatever you're promoting. You should know better what exactly you are promoting because it could potentially affect the lives of millions of people. This leads us into the leaked podcast episode because she would touch upon what exactly transpired throughout the whole situation, and she would actually state that the whole token launch was handled by someone that she barely even knew. Now this is plainly a huge problem because why are you giving someone so much power on what they could do to your fans? So with that being said, she would actually provide a proper response to the whole thing, which I'll play for you guys now.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM'd me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now and has been for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
don't cry, Hailey. It's fine. It's all going to be okay. Life is going to be okay. Oh, Hailey, no.
Oh, don't do that. Don't stare at me.
No.
You just
You're
yeah,
adorable.
Just give us a minute.
Okay. It's going to be okay.
Well, so basically how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like what they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, oh, we're going to change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's going to be a good place. And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it. And it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
And I'll match it. Me, Ricky, I'll match it, whatever. It's really, really important for me to make sure that we address everything and get through all of exactly what happened. I think that it's really, really important at this point to be totally transparent about everything that happened with you and your partners and this launch and in crypto, and what makes this bad and what makes what Iggy Azalea is doing maybe even good, and what makes Trump's doing different, right? I want to get through all that.
Truly, you can tell that she had no idea what the fuck she was doing. But if we're being honest, she probably should have posted a proper response in the beginning when it actually did happen, because that was the height of the whole situation. Now, since after a few weeks passed, yeah, it's kind of still relevant. People don't really care as much. And this is just how the internet works. Everything moves extremely fast. I like to point out that within the interview, he would actually want her team to be fired, which he would also put that within the tweet, directly tweeting at her, stating that she should fire everybody and that her team isn't really smart. This is something that I completely agree with, because her team literally leaked the episode that could potentially fix the whole altercation. Why would they even leak something in the first place if it wasn't gonna fix the horrible backlash that she was receiving? On top of all that, obviously the team's only thinking about the money, not even the fact that tons of people lost money because of her dumb mistake. Instead of them actually trying to help her, they're continuously using her name just for their own benefit, which is fucking fucked up, bro. If she had a proper team, they would have done proper research on the developers that were working on this coin, and they would have prevented this situation from even happening in the first place, bro. Literally, she states within the episode how a guy approached her and tells her that he plans on making a long-term coin with her, and told her that they're gonna change the world of crypto. Bro, who the fuck is your team? Like, that's obviously a scam. At the end of the day, you're the face of your brand. By allowing all these other people to even have any say within what you want to do with your career, the only person it's truly affecting is you. So by allowing your team to make such a vile mistake like this, they should easily just get fired. If you're asking me, she's clearly distraught by the whole thing and truly did not mean any harm towards any of the people that invested in her meme coin. It truly seems that she sadly just made a vile mistake that affected the course of her career. Luckily, there does seem to be some light towards the end of the tunnel, because she was originally supposed to donate all the money made from that podcast episode towards a charity that helps animals that were affected by the LA fires that happened earlier this year. And Banks was actually supposed to double that. So hearing that her team still couldn't come up with a solution to this and leaked this episode is a huge problem. They're only making her look worse. They truly only care about themselves. Which is pretty evident, because if they didn't care about themselves, then why are they allowing Hailey to be put in this position yet again? Regardless, before we actually end off this video, I want to discuss a little bit on if Hailey Welch's career is still gonna be alive after this point. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I don't think so. I think she's truly done after this. This is just another situation where people gravitated towards some dumb clip they saw on Twitter and blew this person up, and then she eventually started crumbling down due to some crypto scam. Also, do I feel bad for her a bit? Not really, because this is all her fault. And on top of all this is just karma. This is plainly just karma, because she literally didn't feel the need to thank the person that interviewed her, which caused her to blow up in the first place. She thinks that she did it all herself, when in reality she would have never made that clip even appear on the internet if she never got interviewed by that dude. In reality, this is someone that literally just took her internet fame for granted and completely threw it away due to her trying to tap into the crypto market, when we all know that never works for any influencer, celebrity, or artist. Also, if I'm being real with you guys, why did she even blow up in the first place? Like, she blew up for saying Hawk Tuah. Like, I get the whole brain rot shit that's happening on TikTok, but come on, y'all. Like, let's be real. We're really putting faith into someone who blew up from a clip of her saying Hawk Tuah with financial decisions. Like, come on, y'all. Like, let's be real. Who in their right mind thought that this was a good idea to even begin with? Realistically, if she had a proper team, they would make her stray away far as possible with anything financial, especially something serious like cryptocurrency. At the end of the day, man, this is just a pretty unfortunate situation, and it really sucks that a lot of people had to lose money because of something dumb as this. I don't know, bro. There's been so many signs throughout the whole altercation as to why this shouldn't have even happened in the first place, but it just sucks that it did, bro. But with that being said, this is the end of the video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below regarding your thoughts of the whole situation. This is your boy Jordan, talking about why you shouldn't start a meme coin, and I'll be catching you on the next one.